Dimitri's room. Wow. I mean, there's nothing here anymore. He's dead. Ah, jeez. Which means Dedu is probably gone too. That's really sad. That's really, really sad. Oh, Claude's room is still as messy as ever. Maybe someday he'll stop by. Lawrence still has all his flowers here. Come back, Lawrence. We have things to do. Bernadetta.
At last, I return to my domain, my lonely paradise, my realm of exquisite solitude. Huh? Professor? Is that you? You didn't hear that just now, did you?
Hear what?
Right. You didn't? Well, good.
Great! 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 Great. Boy. More support to be gained. Who is that? Oh, hello, Shamir. Sure.
Thanks for your help out there. Battles tend to go smoother with you around.
This is true. The same to you.
I think you did most of the heavy lifting.
That's true, because I'm a liar. I never use you for anything.
It may be unwise to think this way on the battlefield, but I feel I can trust your commands without question.
Good. Because I've never gotten anyone killed. Casual difficulty. Why is that?
Not sure. I might have an idea, but never mind.
Okay.
I've also noticed that you've been putting me in more precarious situations lately. Almost like you know I won't question your orders.
Oh? I know I can rely on you.
Huh. I'm glad you trust me to get the job done, but still. I knew you were doing it on purpose. You're in a very important position now that you're leading the charge against the Empire.
Right.
Funny to think you used to just teach at the Officers' Academy. Your old students still call you Professor. That's no title for the commander of an army.
I actually like it.
You'll always be their professor, huh?
Yeah.
You sure are an interesting one. My people lost the war, and I was left to wander Fodlan alone. But I guess meeting you was my prize. You look confused. Did you not know any of this? I was living in my homeland of Dagda up until the Imperial Army destroyed it 10 years ago.
Oh. Interesting.
But being a mercenary, I have no real allegiance. That's why I'm working here now. Don't worry, though. I don't plan to turn on you.
Yeah, plans can change. B rank! A little chilly. Is it? Is it really chilly?
Professor!
Caspar. Sure. I think this is only a B rank.
Hey, Professor. Something's been bothering me.
Oh?
Remember that suspicious guy I chased after back when I was a student?
Yes.
A knight scolded me for it, but at the time I really thought I was doing the right thing. Now that I've had more experience on the battlefield, though...
I've been looking for you. There isn't much time, so I'll keep this brief. The knights encountered a band of brigands while out marching. It was hard fought, but we prevailed.
Okay.
Our soldiers are highly trained, but the enemy was formidable, and we weren't expecting combat. There were a number of casualties among our troops.
Oh. So, darn it. I pray for their souls.
Much appreciated, but there's a reason I need to bring this to your attention.
Yeah, that's oddly specific.
Do you recall the incident 5 years ago involving a suspicious individual in Garreg Mach?
Which one? There's so many of them.
These brigands all bore the same scorpion tattoo that we found on the arm of that man.
Oh.
Oh no.
I thought that might be of interest to you.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. If you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my duties.
Heck of a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I mention that suspicious guy, this happens.
Yeah. It's good to hear they've finally been dealt with.
But some of the knights died in combat. They died because of what I did 5 years ago. This is my fault.
Ah, I see. If we had captured him.
If I'd stayed quiet and tracked the guy down like you said, we would have stopped those brigands sooner. And I wouldn't have blood on my hands.
Right. But, yeah, he might have harmed the children.
But he probably wouldn't have. Now those knights, they're not coming back. We both know it. This is all my fault.
Gaspar. Damn it. We'll get him. We'll get him. I promise. We'll fix this. Oh, goodness. Alright, let's hop in here. There's some people to talk to, like Annette. Hi, Annette. Oop, wrong side.
Members of the Knights tell me that Father left their ranks 5 years ago.
Right?
They say he announced he was returning to the kingdom, but nobody's heard from him since.
Oh, dear.
I haven't received word that he went back home to Mother. Where could he be? Where are you, Father?
Oh, I'm sorry, Annette. I don't know where he is.
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
Great. Well, we can do advanced drills with you as well. Fancy.
Professor?
During his search for her grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fodlan that the Church of Seros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
That was very smart of Seteth. Wow. Good job, man. Jeez.
Hi.
Ferdinand. Let's do it.
Take that!
You're fighting more intensely than usual.
Yes, I am in a hurry. Edelgard claims victory after victory. She never stops.
Ah.
5 years ago, she ascended the throne and swept away the corrupt nobles, my father included. I always thought I would be the one to unseat him. But she did it instead, with all the ease and indifference of someone cracking an egg. She put my father under house arrest. She stripped House Ire of its power.
Right.
Rather than accepting a role as her puppet, I left. Now I fight to topple the Empire. The disparity between Edelgard and myself is obvious. She never stops moving forward, single-minded, never wavering. But where does that leave me? Here, flailing about, going nowhere, contributing nothing.
This is an interesting situation, because the Ferdinand 5 years ago would have moved forward with that single-minded purpose. He would be trying to catch up with Edelgard, or stay neck and neck with her, but now he sees the disparity, and that disparity causes despair. Oh, Ferdinand, we can do this together. It's not true.
But it is. That is the reality. Not once since our days at the Academy have I exceeded Edelgard's abilities. I saw her as a worthy opponent. She did not even see me as a contender. She did not even consider me at all. As the head of the noble House Ire, I must be able to achieve results. But all my efforts have come to nothing.
Yeah.
Results are everything. I have not shown results, so I will be stagnating here forever.
No. No, 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 no. Yes. It's the journey, not the destination.
I appreciate that, but it is not enough to persuade me. I know that I have a massive wall to climb, and I must climb it alone.
Oh my gosh, Ferdinand, you are so freaking stubborn. You know what? Go be a man or whatever you're trying to do here. Do it yourself, but know that you have allies here who will help you if you need it.
Even so, may I ask a favor?
Good. Thank you.
Professor, please keep an eye on my progress. I would appreciate if you were always by my side, bearing witness to my accomplishments.
Sure. You know, if you need a witness, let's be witness. Oh, rank B. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was further along than that. Oopsies. That one's playing with the doggy. Hello, soldier. You'll fight with me. Yay.
I come from the Empire, but I have no intention of ever returning. This war the Emperor instigated has caused nothing but trouble and pain. I want this war to end. And that's why I'm here, fighting with you.
Good. Yay. Let's fix everything.
Right.
In the meantime, Delvane, did you make the right choice? I don't know. Did you?
I left home without telling my father. Did you know that? I can just imagine my father's face contorted in anger, and the delightful words he must have used to describe me.
Oh boy.
Kind of a scary image, actually. But regardless, I've put my faith in you, Professor, and I'm hoping I haven't made a big mistake.
Me too, Sylvain. But I can say for a fact that you're on the right side of this war. If you're around.
I'm more of a mercenary than a knight these days. I work to get paid. I never was too attached to Fodlan. I was considering leaving soon. But I might change my mind if you're around.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's nice.
In Lady Rhea's absence, I will follow you. That's what she would want me to do. Know that wherever you might lead us, I'll continue searching for Lady Rhea.
That's fine.
Good, because I will not budge on that point. Welcome back, Professor.
Hey, it's good to be back. Thanks. Louise, alright.
Hello, Professor. What brings you here? Fancy a bit of fishing?
But I was at the tea plate. Okay. Sure.
You know, I can hardly go fishing without thinking of old Gerald. He and I would just sit here, casting our lines again and again. I'm no better at it now than I was then. Not a single nibble.
You're not cut out for it.
Ah, just like your father. He used to tell me exactly the same thing. I was hopeless at it, but he was a master.
Aha.
In the time it took me to catch one fish, he could fill his basket to the brim. You know, talking to you, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Why don't you join me? We can trade some stories about the old man.
Sure.
We spoke before about how Gerald never seemed to age, right?
I do recall that.
Once, when he was drunk, he let the secret slip. He said he'd had an infusion of crest-bearing blood, and it had greatly extended his life.
He had what? So, wait. Wouldn't it make people with crests highly sought after for maybe the secret to immortality?
Well, we'd both been drinking. I figured he was joking, so I just laughed it off. Then I asked him his age. He said he'd stopped counting after he hit 100.
Holy crap.
And he was telling the truth. In those 20 years he was away, he didn't age a bit. An incredible person, to be sure. And I probably don't know the half of it. Actually, I'd like to ask you something about Gerald, if you don't mind.
Sure.
When Gerald was away from the monastery, what was he like?
Oh. He liked to fish.
In other words, he was exactly the same.
Indeed.
When he was with the Knights, he always found time to go fishing. He was hooked on it, you might say.
That's so bad. Don't. Please don't.
He'd say there was no greater pleasure in life than sinking his teeth into a fish he'd caught and washing it down with a drink.
Ah.
I have to say, right now, fishing with you, it really takes me back. This feels just like the good old days, when Gerald was sitting alongside me.
Yeah. Sorry I'm not him, Eloise, but
A moment, please.
I'll do what I can. We get some quests here.
Hey, I could use a hand.
Recently, pirates have been raiding coastal towns in the Serang region. People say they're attacking innocent civilians and sinking merchant ships. Think you can do something about that? Well, of course I can. And what about you? Do you have something for me as well?
I need a favor.
Some soldiers stationed at Fodlan's Locket abandoned their posts. They weren't what you'd call upstanding folks. It would be a real headache for us if they became bandits and started wreaking havoc in the towns. Okay, let's accept. Raphael. I get to work toward my dream.
Fighting alongside you and everyone else is a dream come true, Professor. And don't worry about my little sis. Right now, she's back home helping out with the family business. I kind of figured I was going to be stuck going back and taking over for her. But thanks to you guys, I get to work on my dream of becoming a proper knight.
Well, that's good news. Alrighty then. Let's see. Who is over here? Let's see. Oh, Gaspar, there we go. You won't believe what happened.
Hey, Professor! You won't believe what happened. I figured I couldn't go back to the Empire after Garrick Mach fell, so I started drifting across the Kingdom in Alliance. Then, I just happened to run into our old class, so we came back to the monastery together.
Oh, okay. Sounds fairly believable to me, I suppose. Wow, everybody's waiting in line for food. My goodness. Flame? Okay. What's wrong?
Oh, hello, Professor. How nice to see you. You caught me off guard. I was actually just thinking about you.
Oh? I wasn't thinking of... Anyway. That would be mean. Why the sigh?
Just a moment ago? Well, I am afraid I just do not understand you.
Oh. Okay.
When we first met, I sensed something different about you. Something mysterious. And now I am convinced your existence itself is very special. Thinking on it, I know it to be true.
Okay.
You have a crest that should have been lost long ago. You wield the sword of the Creator as if it is nothing. Your hair and eye color changed on that day 5 years ago. To the same sort of color as mine and my brother's.
You mean your father's? What does it all mean?
I do not know. My brother refuses to speak to me of it. Since then, you have led us into battle, and thus far, we have always come out victorious. Your comrades and colleagues adore you. They believe in you, in your strength. I doubt there is a single soul who is likened to you. Who are you, really?
This is awfully awkward. I don't know.
I simply do not understand.
I don't either, I'm sorry.
Whatever the case may be, having hair like mine is proof that there is something exceptional about you. I may as well come forward with things. I, too, am unlike others.
Yeah, I kinda figured that. How so?
Surely you recall when I was targeted, specifically for my blood? I may not be special in the ways you are, but my blood is rare. It seems the two of us share a special differentness. I also believe that we are bound together in some way. Of this I am certain. Therefore, I intend to stay by your side and watch over you. Your existence must be preserved at all cost.
Great. I would rather protect you. And protect I shall.
Certainly those are the words of a hero.
Indeed.
Let us unite our powers. Together, we are unstoppable.
Yeah! Sothis and Sethleen! At least that's what I'm guessing. Aha.
Professor.
Ingrid. Sure.
Apologies for bothering you so late. I just really wanted to speak with you.
Okay. I'm happy to listen.
Thank you. You see, I've been feeling conflicted about my future.
Oh?
It may seem petty to worry about such things in the middle of a war like this.
No, I think it's important to worry about your future in any circumstance. I don't think it's petty.
This isn't something I open up about with many people. Feeling such a sense of inner turmoil while a war rages on, and others are fighting with all they have, well, it feels a little selfish.
I can understand that.
The truth is, I've wanted to be a knight ever since I was a small child. Not just any knight, like one you might find serving within the castle guard, but a true knight, one serving a master.
Yeah.
However, my father has always had different plans for me. He wants me to marry, for the benefit of the Lysithea family.
You don't have to do what you don't want to.
Defying my father feels wrong. I've seen how he struggled over the years. His burden has always been far greater than any I've had to bear myself. While he fed me extravagant meals, he subsisted on meager portions and watered-down soups.
Oh.
He never once complained, even though he must have been starving. Knowing his sacrifices, I've never been able to tell him of my dream of becoming a knight. Although ultimately, I find myself betraying his wishes. Now that I've parted ways with my father, there is nothing to stop me from pursuing my dream. But even if I do become a knight, I feel an unease deep within me. I fear I will never escape this guilt I carry.
Ah. I see.
That I have shunned my duty as a noble.
I have lots of options here. So we've got, deal with it. Can't you deal with it? Or you've dealt with that, don't worry about it. Sometimes there's no avoiding such complications. Yeah, life is complicated. Whoops. Life is complicated. Not really any way to get past that fact.
Yes, I know. All I can do is accept this inner turmoil. Even with the academy days long behind us, you're still a professor through and through. Always listening to others' troubles and offering up your wisdom. I really am grateful for all that you do for us, Professor. I hope you'll always be here as a guide to everyone. I know I myself would appreciate that deeply.
Yeah. No problem. No problem, Ingrid. Oh, what do we got? Nothing else down here. So, looks like we need to go to the north end of the monastery, in the cathedral. Oof. It's a little borked. Oh gosh, there's a hole in the roof. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it nicely, won't it? Hey, Marianne.
Even with the church in shambles, we can still pray. The goddess will surely hear our prayers. But still, I hope the church can return to its former beauty someday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Let's see. Oh, there's something on the floor. A fragment of stone has existed. Okay. Huh. Oh, there we go. We got the item we're looking for. Let's see. Anything else to grab here? Nope. Alrighty. And Mercedes.
You're here, Professor, along with everyone from our old class. It's like we've gone back in time. When I think that I'll be around you again, all of my sorrows just drift away.
Oh. Let's do our best together.
Yes. I'll at least try not to hold anyone back. Let's work together for the common good, like we did 5 years ago.
Perfect! Let's do it!
Right.
The monks have left.
It seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below. However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back.
Hopefully.
I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
Yeah.
Hi.
We shall see. We shall see. Oh, hello, boy.
Pardon me.
The town I'd been living in came under attack by the Empire's army. My parents were both caught up in the fighting and killed. I've got no home to go back to anymore, so I guess I may as well stay here.
Yeah, it'll be safe here. It'll be safe here. There's a note we're gonna save. If someone is having trouble falling asleep, you could sing them a lullaby, but you can't really do that for yourself. Is there anything you can do to help yourself fall asleep? Okay. If you exercise before bed, that's sure to tire you out. Hey, Dorothea liked that. Good. Ignatz.
It's been fixed up quite a bit, but its battle scars aren't so easily erased. To think that a glorious cathedral with a 1,000-year history would end up like this. I'll rebuild this place someday. This cathedral is the symbol of Fodlan. Maybe I should paint a picture of the beautiful cathedral of old. Well, I still remember what it looked like.
Dang! He sounds so mature. Gosh, he looks so cool too. Ignatz grew up. I like him.
Professor.
Hi, Lysithea. Are you gonna be a brat? I guess we're gonna find out.
Thank you for helping me with my training again today, Professor. I'm gonna keep at it for a while longer, so you go on ahead.
She's getting a lot taller. You should get some rest.
I can't. Not when I'm right on the cusp of using my power to greater potential. Surely you yourself are tired. Just don't worry about me, okay? I'm sorry, Professor. It was careless of me to continue, despite how fatigued I clearly was. I probably should have listened to you. Now I've made a mess of things. I can't help but feel the need to rush in all things constantly. You get that way when you realize you haven't got much time.
She said this multiple times. Is she gonna go into it now? What do you mean?
13 years ago, House Ordelia was involved in a civil conflict within the Empire. All we did was respond to a call for aid. We weren't involved politically. But once the rebellion was crushed, my family was held responsible for the aid we gave, and the Empire gained some sway over us as a result.
Politics.
At the time, the noble houses of the Alliance took a passive stance. No one lent aid to my family. As a result, some key officials within the family were killed, and people from the Empire were sent to replace them. Among those people were some mysterious mages. They were unsettling, in a word. Skin pale as death.
Oh no.
One after another, they captured and imprisoned the children of our household. They began performing terrible rituals on the children, though it's probably more accurate to call them experiments.
Wait a second. Were they doing that to test the ability to create a crest so they would be able to use it on Edelgard?
With the Empire monitoring our every move, my parents could do nothing but watch in horror as all of this unfolded. One after another, the children died, till the only one left was me. You know, my hair wasn't always this color.
Oh.
During their experiments, they'd been doing things with my blood. One morning, I awoke like this. A shock of white hair, all trace of pigment gone. Upon seeing me, the mages were delighted. They realized that their experiments had finally succeeded. Sure enough, they ran a test and saw that 2 crests coexisted within me. Losing pigment from my hair wasn't the only loss. The mages informed me that my lifespan was now greatly shortened.
I see.
5 more years at most, perhaps less.
Oh my gosh. So by the time we met up with Lysithea, several of those years had probably already passed. Which means she's past her expiration date at this point. She doesn't know when she's going to just die. It's awful. Yeah, I mean, how awful is that?
Shortly thereafter, the mages lost interest in me, and we never saw them in the Ordelia household again.
Well, they succeeded, so they were taking it back to the, what was it, the Restvelg households? Yeah, to put their experiments on those kids instead, and to prep the Flame Emperor.
Since all that, our family has been in decline. It's challenging now even to govern our territory. After all my mother and father have suffered, I at least want them to have peace as they grow older. That is all I wish for, but I haven't much time to ensure it comes to pass.
Wow. It's too soon to give up.
It's not like what's been done to me can be undone.
Let's try to find a way to undo it. Dude, let's do this. Let's fix it. I'm gonna call on what's his face, the doofus with the face and the mustache. I can't remember his name all of a sudden right now because I'm kind of upset about this situation.
Professor, the only way I can conceive of would be to remove my crest somehow.
Oh. Animate. That's what I'm talking about.
But I don't know if that's even remotely possible. even if it were.
We need to get Linhardt involved.
I wouldn't be of much use to you and the others without my crest.
Screw that. Your life is more important than those crests. We'll find a way.
Sound resolved. I'll allow your resolve to bolster my own.
Good.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome. We gotta fix this, lady. Okay. Did she have a two-step on that one? Because it feels like we did not resolve that. Oh no, we fixed it. Okay. Okay. Oh, we literally have to wait until after the war ends for that. Oh, jeez. So all the S ranks are post-war. Holy crap. So basically what I'm hearing is, once we reach the S rank marker for these characters, we're done. Oh, I missed the Millennium Festival. That's sad. But anyway, once we reach S, we're done. When the little thing shows up. Yeah. Wow.